Nah, you know what? Bin the intro. Bin the intro. Let's get straight into this. I am absolutely fuming and I'm so annoyed. The disrespect coming from Brighton. Wow, Brighton. Who are you? What are you? What's going on? Seagulls. Steven Seagull FC. Like, Roberto De Zerbi, you know what? I had respect. I like the way you guys play your football. I wanted to watch a lot of your football. But the way you're moving now, Brighton Football Club, know your role and shut your mouth. The disrespect, ladies and gentlemen, some of the quotes and comments that's floating about. Roberto De Zerbi coming out and saying, "Oh, I don't know. At the moment, Caicedo is still a Brighton player. I've not really promised anything. I fully picture, Caicedo to be in the starting lineup of Brighton, and he also pictures Levi Colwill." It's crazy how Pochettino, who has categorically said several times that I don't want to talk about other players from different teams, but of course we want some signings. Pochettino has said that today in the press conference. He said it many times as well. But this brother, Roberto De Zerbi, look at this. I start next season with Caicedo in my head in the first 11. I want Caicedo and Colwell in my team, but we will see. And if there are players who want to leave, we have to eventually permit it. The audacity, Brighton Football Club, honestly, I would say in this moment, with no disrespect, no, with absolute disrespect, 100% disrespect, the fact that you need to understand where you belong in this ecosystem. You're a settling club. Why are you acting and moving like you belong? You had one really good season. You made it into Europa. You've played some good football, but you need to understand where your limitations, what your limitations are, where you belong in this planet Earth. Your superstars don't have any plans of staying with you forever. You're a selling club, and I believe what we're trying to do with Caicedo, I think the third bid, which is going to come very soon, 80 million-ish plus 9 million in add-ons, that's what's been floated around. That is more than acceptable enough. You're taking the absolute mick out of this situation now. Absolute mick. Who the F do you think you are, man? You're going around, oh, but you paid X amount of money for Enzo Fernandez. You look at what Declan Rice is going for. No. Bin all of that. Enzo Fernandez, that was the release clause. And Enzo Fernandez down the track is probably going to be worth a lot more money. Enzo Fernandez is a phenomenal talent. Now, I'm not saying Caicedo isn't. Caicedo is just as much a great talent as well. But we are giving you a decent amount of money for this. What's wrong with you? Now, this is the thing. We have to come to a situation where these guys, they're absolutely taking the fun out of us now, because they've dealt with us and we've been stupid all along. Our fault for Brighton to treat us like a piece of crap. It's our fault. We've allowed them to treat us like this. We need to show who we are now. Just because we came 12th one season, do you know who you're talking to? Two-time European champion, two-time Champions League champion, multiple-time Premier League champions over the last 20 years. If we want your player, we shall have your player. That's how it works. You're not a superstar team. You find a gem, you sell a gem. That's what you do. Know your place and stick to that. Fed up. I'm fed up dealing with these guys. And on top of that, talking about Colwell, how many times have we said Colwell is not for sale? These guys, they look at us and they think that we're idiots. They think we're beneath them. Sick and tired of this football club, man. Dilly-dallying them around. You've robbed us. You took Billy Gilmore for us for peanuts. Then you've robbed us with Graham Potter money, 22 million, that we had to release and let you find another manager with that money. Then you robbed us with Cucurella. We gave you Tariq Lamptey previously. We've looked after you. And this is how you want to treat us. This is how you want to treat us. You want to publicly come and talk about how not only you think, Caicedo is staying with you, but Colwell is also part. You're unsettling our player. How we are not reporting, we should be reporting this. We should be reporting this to FA that this is tapping up on our player. You're unsettling our player. I would love Levi Colwell to come out in public now, just like these brothers are coming out in public. All of their, players doing all of these Instagram emojis and this, that on Levi Colwell. Hey, I'm waiting for you. I want Levi Colwell to come out now publicly on Instagram Live and this, that, the other, and say, do you know what? I'm not going to Brighton. Levi Colwell, honestly, brother, why would you go to Brighton? That is not your final destination. Brighton, who knows, in a few years down the track, could even get relegated. Brighton are not going to be a European super club. That's just not their remit. That's not how they operate. Brighton are not going to be able to give you the level of money that you're going to get in a top club. Brighton is a place you go to develop. That's what it's known for. This is what I don't understand. Everyone should know what their place is in life. I know what my place is. As I've said previously in one of my videos, if one day I wake up and I go, I'm Brad Pitt. Well, bloody hell, I'm not Brad Pitt. I'm simply not Brad Pitt. I should know where I belong in this ecosystem. Brighton, for some reason, they're floating around all these recent little bits of success they've seen recently, and there's so much hype about that football club. They play some wonderful football. They produce all of these superstars. It's got to their head. They now think they belong with the big dogs. Shut your mouth and know your role. Shut your mouth and know your role. Honestly, look at some of these comments here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll start from the top. Roberto De Zerbi on Moses Caicedo. The situation is very clear. Moses is a Brighton player. I spoke with Tony Bloom and he told me if the conditions don't change, Moses stays with us. What conditions? What conditions, brother? We are lining up a third bid. Everyone's saying it's going to be about 80 million plus 10 million in add-ons. We'll get to that 90 million mark, that 85, 90 million. No way we're reaching that 100 million. We're not going to allow you to take us for a ride. Our fault for creating that reputation, but we're fixing that reputation. And I think it's still a decent amount of money that we're paying for Caicedo, who's only played 1.5 seasons of the Premier League so far. Hefty amount of money. Now, I know a lot of people will say, Pamis, they can do whatever they want to do. This is their player. They believe, this is their big asset. It's not like we're trying to penny pinch on you. Don't worry about what people paid for Declan Rice. Declan Rice has played in the Premier League for 5 grueling seasons. Declan Rice, there's English tax involved there as well. Don't look at Enzo Fernandez's clause, the situation either. That was a release clause. In all of this, I kind of blame Caicedo as well. You're stupid, brother, too, mate. Like, your agent, you need to sack your agent. You kicked up all that fuss in January. You couldn't get your move, but you stayed loyal to Brighton and you didn't include a release clause in your new contract with Brighton. Why didn't you do that? Look at McAllister. Smart. £35 million was his release clause. McAllister, World Cup winner. Liverpool done the business. Boom, gone. Caicedo, look, I guess what else is Caicedo going to do? Like, a lot of people have been saying, he needs to put in a transfer request. What's that going to do? Everything is so public anyway. We all know Caicedo's got personal terms agreed with us. He wants to leave Brighton and he wants to join Chelsea Football Club. Everyone knows it's open book, secret. It's not even. Do you know what I mean? What's the point of putting in a transfer request? Brighton will be like, thank you for the transfer request. Yeah, no problems. We'll stick with our 100 million price tag because you're our asset. You're our employee. You don't run the rules here. You signed a new contract. Honestly, I hope we find a solution in this match coming up next. Oh, I want to beat them. Oh, I want to beat Brighton. This definitely is not a friendly for me, man. You better believe there's going to be animosity. There's going to be hatred. We better absolutely cream them. Cream all over them. Jizz all over that football club. At least 5-6-0. I want our youngsters to stand up. I want to show Brighton that what you saw last season. Don't take it that is it now. That's who we are. That's Chelsea Football Club. I cannot wait to absolutely obliterate Brighton tomorrow. And then, do you know what? Once, hopefully we get the Caicedo deal done. I'm a bit worried now. I am a bit worried. And maybe it will come to a situation where we have to make a decision. I don't want Chelsea Football Club to pay 100 million. I really don't. It will look foolish now. All along, we've been trying to, we started off lowballing them at 60 million. No problems. That's how negotiation kind of works. And we've slowly built it up to 70 recently, plus add-ons. Now the third final bid looks like it might be about 80 million, plus add-ons. It'll look foolish if we end up submitting to the 100 million now. They've taken us for a ride too often. And the audacity of that football club to continuously talk about Levi Colwill as well. Throw him into the mix. How much emphasis and more vigilant can we make this for you that he's not for sale? Do you not see what has happened to Wesley Fofana? I can't believe this football club, honestly. I'm tired. As I'm doing this video, I'm actually feeling more angry. How they're not knowing. How, Brighton, are you not figuring out that you're a selling club? You're a selling club. You sell your assets. That's what you do. On Levi Colwill, I don't like speaking about players of other clubs. I speak about Caicedo. He goes on saying, I don't like speaking about other players from other clubs. And then he says he pictures Caicedo and Colwell playing together. Yeah, I picture that as well at Chelsea Football Club. I don't like speaking about other players of other clubs. I speak about Caicedo because he's our player. With Levi, I'm proud of him. He showed his quality at the under-21s Euros. Did you promise Caicedo he could leave? It's not true. I'm not the owner or sporting director. In my work, I'm used to speaking with my players every day, but I didn't give my word or nothing. We didn't speak about the next transfer market when he extended. I start next season with Caicedo in my head. In the first 11, I want Caicedo and Colwell in my team, but we will see if there are players who want to leave and leave, we have to eventually permit it. So they're in full power. Is Caicedo worth 100 million? It's not for me to talk about price. My job is to coach. The price is for the owner and our CEO. They will decide the right price. Never again. I'm worried. I'm worried whether this happens or not at the moment. I'm still optimistic that it does happen, but I truly hope that Chelsea don't pay that 100 million now. I honestly hope we don't pay that 100 million. And we stick to our 80 million. There are no other suitors, so wait it out. Play it out. We're all in 80. I'm not going to give you any more. We'll wait. I'll wait now. I don't care anymore. It would have been nice to have Caicedo in the squad and gel with Enzo Fernandez, but because of this banjoed club Brighton, I'm willing to wait it out. Let's see if there's other clubs that come in now interested for Caicedo. We've got personal terms agreed with Caicedo. Caicedo knows he's pushing. He's also feeling very unhappy and disgruntled with the way Brighton's moving. Brighton, the word that was going around in the journalistic world is that he was promised a move. But Caicedo, you're naive as well. You're naive. None of these gentlemen's agreement. You should have known the Harry Kane situation. They don't work. You should have told your agent to make sure that a move happens in summer. There is a release clause or some sort of clause that if a decent amount of price comes in, if 80 million plus comes in, then the club needs to consider something. I don't know. Something should have been done in the contract, but you blindly accepted it. And now you're stuck into this situation. Roberto De Zerbi, everyone is speaking about Moses. Chelsea maybe, but me, no, the situation is very clear at the moment. Moses is a Brighton player, and Tony Bloom told me. If the conditions don't change, Moses stays with us. For me, it would be great news. Look, I hope the conditions don't change to the fact where we pay 100 million and just bend over backwards for them to just lube it up nicely and shove it straight up our backside. No, I don't want that to happen. We've allowed them to take advantage of our backside too often. My back hurts. My back hurts now. I don't want to. No more. Enough's enough. And the fact that you're publicly coming out and talking about Levi Colwell as well, shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. That's our player. He's contracted to us. The audacity of this small club, you tiny piece of little club, talking like that, man. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. De Zerbi also says he loves Levi Colwell and congratulated him for winning the under-21s Euros. He wouldn't talk about any Brighton interest in him. Also says Igor is a player he likes. He can improve Brighton. Whoop-de-doo. Further goes on to say, wow, De Zerbi says, if Chelsea offer Colwell, then it might help the Caicedo, adding, I would like to play with Colwell and Caicedo together. If I don't understand this. He goes on to say, if Chelsea offer Colwell, then it might help the case. But I would like to play Colwell and Caicedo together. Brother, how is that going to happen? If we offer you Colwell, then we get Caicedo. How are you going to have Colwell and Caicedo together? All right, enough, man, enough. Few things. We should never, ever think about dealing with Brighton Football Club ever again. I don't care what superstar comes out from them. We need to focus on ourselves and build our own superstars. Forget about this Mickey Mouse club. No more. And yeah, let's see. Hopefully we get this Caicedo. If we can't get it done for about 80 plus 10, we shouldn't submit to that 100 million. It's ludicrous. Then let it be. We look and we move on. I think we should start focusing on Zubimendi. For me, that would be a top shout. I've been talking about Zubimendi 3-4 months ago. I've been watching Real Sociedad. I still remember the match against Barcelona last season where he absolutely was brilliant, sublime. I think someone like Zubimendi would be fantastic. I know he wants to move to Barcelona, but that's not going to materialize in this window. Maybe he could be priced out from Real Sociedad and could join Chelsea Football Club. But then again, Real Sociedad, they have Champions League football. You might want to stick around for a particular season, this particular season, and then maybe he might be interested, but next season. But if we can somehow prize him out now, that'd be great. I don't know who else I'm interested in, but this situation with Brighton is just, I'm tired. I'm absolutely tired of them. Caicedo's camp are now encouraging Chelsea and Brighton to hold face-to-face talks in Philadelphia. Caicedo's agent is prepared to fly in USA to add some extra pressure. Look, we've got the match against them in Philadelphia. Get all the owners from both sides, all the board members, everyone involved in the hierarchy for both sides, agents come in and find a solution. We're hurting the player, and this whole drama with Brighton has continued for too long. It's making us look stupid dealing with this small club like this, and Brighton is getting a big head out of it. Brighton think they are one of the top 6 clubs now, all of a sudden. So end this drama, find a solution. If you can't find a solution, let's move on. That's all I have to say. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about that. The second blockbuster news, ladies and gentlemen, today is exclusive. Understand Chelsea's technical director, Christopher Vivell, has left the club. He's currently understood to be serving his gardening leave period. The 36-year-old only joined the Blues in December. Look, I'm not surprised. I'm just disappointed. Because this is why when our new owners came in last season, guns firing left, right, and center, boom, 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 just doing whatever willy-nilly. They should have relaxed, understood what they wanted to do, and slowly adding the blocks. They added all of these people in the kitchen, all of these chefs, and then they didn't know exactly whose role is what. This is what's come down to. And on top of that, Christopher Vivell, I think there was some sort of bad blood in regards to him wanting Nagelsmann. I think he wanted to keep João Felix. And you can sense it in the press conference from Pochettino. Pochettino barely even talks about Christopher Vivell. He always talks about Paul Winstanley, Lawrence Stewart. He never talks about Vivell. I don't even think Vivell was even involved in getting Pochettino. So look, yeah, I'm not upset. I could see this happening, and this is probably the right move, because what was Vivell's role anymore? I guess he was probably thought the picture was that once we have the multi-club dimensional model happening, we only have one club, which is Strasbourg. We don't have like 3-4 clubs where he can really, sink his teeth into. Until we have that, it probably makes sense that this role is a bit of a redundant situation, right? This role, what does he do? At the moment, Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart are the one that's running the show, and Joe Shields apparently is helping out as well. So I'm fine, man. For me, I know there's a bit of a blockbuster news, but I'm not surprised and I'm not shocked. As I said, I'm just disappointed because of all the crap that we did last season, but we're learning from it. We're learning. This particular transfer window, I don't think we've done anything wrong. We've been pretty flawless. A lot of people, you guys will be saying that we haven't brought anyone in. That's a bit of an issue, but at least we're not bending over backwards for no one. Ugarte, we tried, but he wanted more money. No problems. PSG, we're not going to deal with that kind of business anymore. Caicedo, we're doing our level best. We're putting up a very good offer for Caicedo, but this bench or Brighton, they think they're superstars now. They think they're superstars. I can't wait. I can't wait for Chelsea to absolutely obliterate Brighton and cream all over them tomorrow. I can't wait for that watch along. Make sure you guys are all there for the watch along. Christopher Vivell has left due to having no clear role in the current structure. Chelsea are working to establish a new recruitment structure. Joe Shields and Carl McCauley are among those with significant influence. There you go. Like Christopher Vivell probably just thought, what am I doing here? Like, I don't even know what my role is. I just rock up in the office, I get my paycheck, and I've got no idea. He must feel no self-respect for himself. Like, I don't really contribute to anything. Joe Shields will provide key support to Winstanley and Stewart on the Football League structure. So, yeah, look, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much the two blockbuster story. With the Vivell situation, it is what it is. I'm not shocked. He probably needed to move on. There's too many chefs in the kitchen. And now I hope we stay calm, let it all work out with Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, Joe Shields, Carl McCauley, whoever else is involved. Let it all work out and let them all understand what they're doing. And as we build up from Strasbourg to other different clubs, we'll figure out where we need another director if need be down the track. If we do need someone, we'll figure out later on if someone is actually needed. So right now, leave it as it is. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just so annoyed with that Brighton news, man. Let me know what your thoughts are. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for a live tomorrow. Might be a bit later on, not so early in the morning UK time. Might be around midday-ish UK time. Until then, everyone, take care.